You're still laying and procreating with black women.
Whoa. That is a large claim. First and foremost, we procreate with black women because black women tend to be better than all other types of women.
How can you be? So your logic is black women overall tend to be better, but are you saying all women are trash? Or are you talking about black women in particular?
Number one, I'm saying black women are better.
I didn't call them trash, all right?
That's what you're describing. You're describing.
No, I never said they were trash. I'm telling you what's wrong with them.
Okay. Well, if someone described you with all negative qualities,
they're not all negative.
I didn't hear you say anything positive.
They don't embrace their good qualities. Women, black women especially, fell into this feminism shit. All right, so let me ask you a question. What do you think modern feminism represents today? Because I can tell you what it represents.
It represents nothing for me because feminism benefits white women. It doesn't benefit me.
I love you.
So,
all right.
It
Current feminism is I'm better than a man. They never say it's good to be a woman. I'm better than a man.
It's better than a man, period.
I watch shows and like, it was this show we was talking about. It's this Batwoman coming out. You probably don't care about that.
Not at all.
She has a costume right there. Batman's costume's right there. She walk in the room and he was like, what did he say about the costume? I can't remember.
He said, would you like me to outfit it for you or something?
No. She said, oh man, that's awesome. He said, it's damn near perfect. Then she said, it will be perfect once it fits for a woman.
Well,
women are coming for theirs 2019.
And the way we explain things, we don't come with facts. Like, it's just like in general. Like, what do you think about gay people in general?
What do you mean?
Do you have a problem with them? Anything?
No, why would I? I don't care. I don't care what anyone does in their bedroom. I don't give a fuck about.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't care.
Some women with that same face will call out a nigga who hiding in the closet. Why do you care? What's he doing?
Now, see, let me tell you.
You can't wear two faces. You either with it or not.
No.
No, he doesn't have to be out gay.
No. Is she sleeping with this man or he's just a man?
He's just a man in the closet. He has
no
relationship.
Like in media, like, oh, he gay secretly, blah, 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 blah.
Well, see, that goes to a bigger conversation about how African Americans weaponize homosexuality.
Ooh, well, yeah, I get it.
It depends on what it is. But I see women do that, well, black women in particular, do that to black men, like Diddy. Oh, he's secretly gay, but I guarantee it don't matter because he got money. Like, it only matters when you ain't got no money, but that's irrelevant. What I'm saying is black women wear too many faces and they act like they don't. So when they wear all these faces, they double face it because you can't be okay. They're all for the gay movement, correct?
All for it.
LGBT. Can you finish the alphabet?
QIA.
QIA plus minus. All right.
It's just QIA plus. The reason they add the plus is because there's technically two A's, it's a whole thing.
There's a whole alphabet. There's pansexuals. There's something called bear.
There's like a space for people who just approve of the LGBT community. There's a space
the allies.
For intersex.
I think that's what that's for.
Allies, the other A. There's a space for intersex people as well as intersex people. Two different things.
Yeah, all that shit is. You introduce yourself.
Leave it alone. It's
women
all right.
have rebelled against order, and don't get me wrong, niggas ain't no better. But we have to start with our men. We can't fix.
Okay, so I was just about to say, what foundation have men laid that women should follow?
I mean,
if women have rebelled against order,
that's not even it. The main thing is for the last 30 years, we've run an experiment on single motherhood. It has not done well for black people. Now,
then you as black men yes, that's a conversation all need to have among each other.
Only we can change our generation. We can't change the people who raised us. We can't change the people.
I had both my parents.
Yeah, exactly. You had both your parents, but a lot of men did not.
It's a possibility. We're talking about the ones, like those men need to be changed, castrated, or just ignored. And we need to start calling out black men for this coon shit. Like, what was this guy named who died recently?
Which one?
A lot of them. Who you talking
the black
about?
guy, everybody was so sad that he died. And everybody was like, oh, he's dead.
What, XX?
No.
Nipsey Hussle?
Nipsey Hussle.
What about Nipsey?
I'm about to make you mad.
Please don't.
He celebrated coon culture and no one ever calls it out.
How did he celebrate coon culture?
Are you talking about the one time that
for his music?
What?
I'll shoot a nigga back in the day. I'll sell blocks and bricks and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All that shit those are the real coons. This nigga's on this nigga shit. I hate to tell you, no one ever calls it out, but that is the coon culture. Out there telling niggas to sell drugs. I know he said other things. Let's get it right. One night, but only in the end,
he's not talking about victory lap. He's talking about the shit before.
At the end of it, he still celebrated that culture. The kill a nigga, join a gang, all that shit. That is the real cool culture.
So then, by default, African American urban African American culture is coon culture, if you want to make that argument, because that's the environment he came from. That's the life he lived prior to.
I don't believe black people have culture, but that's a whole other thing.
Well, no. I think black people have culture. We've argued that point before.
Yeah, we've argued that.
There was no definitive outcome.
All right, so when I think of culture, I think of Asians, right? All right, Asians.
Which ones in particular?
That's exactly the point he's going to make. You you activated his trap card. Is that Indonesians are very different from Japanese people. Japanese people are very different from Chinese. Chinese people are very different from those who are from Thailand. They each have their own cultures, their own histories, their own thing, and they all have a story. What he's about to say to you is that African Americans do not have a story.
They change it and make it up as they go.
The problem is that we do have stories, but our stories are minimized and taken away from us. Like the fact that people look at...
And we devalue our own stories.
That's also true. We devalue our own stories.
But we're going to have to be real about it. It's some fucked up shit.
No. It is some fucked up shit. But you have to take into account Europeans enacted the most egregious form of slavery.
Egregious? That boy hit him with the fat little boy right now, boy.
So for African Americans, we shouldn't include, I guess, the Atlantic slave trade and post-slavery and Jim Crow all in our culture.
We're fine. We have to include that because if you don't know your past, you're going to repeat it in the future. But what we need to do as a people, like for my family, like we know that we've been here since the 1700s. Like we have been tracking records based on the land because a lot of these white folks, what they don't tell y'all is that they gave us land, small little baby plots. That would be tied to the male in the family, and that's how you would be able to pass down a little bit of land. Now, was it in total your land? No, because it wasn't enough land for you to be able to do anything with. But they would give you small little baby plots. But if you track that, you can track that going forward until the Civil War, because that's when most black families started. We started at the Civil War. Because that's when they started keeping a track of, who are all these slaves? It got like 400 of them. So
is that when the U.S. Census started or shortly thereafter? I think probably thereafter.
Probably thereafter. Because they started it basically to figure out who were all the slaves. And then after they did that for a little while and they were keeping track of it, so like, we should probably do this shit for everybody. That way we know who people are. Because before then, niggas could set up snake oil shops and leave and go somewhere else. Riker here with the first of 3 corrections. So, the first U.S. Census was in 1790 and took multiple months to get done. Free black families were treated very similar to white families in that they were able to record their names and write in the ledgers, while slaves were considered 3/5 of a person and kept on slave schedules. Rarely were slaves allowed to have names, so they were described with things like idiotic 50-year-old black male. In 1870, all that changed when blacks were finally free enough for all of us to get our names recorded. I've listed the sources down below. Please check them out. One is a PowerPoint, so just be ready for that. But it's from the United States government, so I assume we can use it.
And then if you think about American, like black culture, you were talking about Africans, right? You ever met an African? Where they say they from?
I'm from Africa.
Africa? Or specifically their country.
Yeah. And then they say what?
But I'm not African American. But I'm not black.
They tell you their tribe, their clan, their whatever the fuck you want to call it, right?
Cherokee.
But
personally, I'm on the train that all of us are from Africa, but that's a whole nother thing.
But no, you're right.
Well, what I'm saying is all of us didn't come from the slave trade. What I'm saying is I think the quote-unquote Indians they say were here, a lot of us were the quote-unquote Indians were here. If you look at our features and where they say we came from, West Africa, I believe a lot of us were already here.
Yeah, because
I don't think they did 15 million people on the slave trade when they can't get 1 million people out of goddamn New Orleans when there's a fucking storm coming.
That was hilarious.
The original Native Americans were they were dark-skinned people, and then after they started something called, white people were able to pay $5 to get on the roll to be considered Native American to start getting the benefits of Native Americans. So that's why you have
I think the Native Americans they show on TV are the white ones or light-skinned ones or
lighter
Indian
ones.
$5 Indians.
And it's more sinister than it sounds. These opportunistic white men wanted access to land or food rations, so they were more than willing to exploit the Dawes Commission and the government agents for their part for $5 were willing to turn a blind eye to the absolute corruption. Again, racism is a system.
Versus us like that. I think we had Indians of my color to your color that were here as well. You don't believe that as well?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because they ain't gonna
pictures of something.
It's easier to enslave a nigga that's already here than go to Africa. It don't make any damn sense. They're just logically, I believe the slave trade was a real thing.
Well, also, we don't talk about the fact that they were enslaving people who were here already.
Indians.
Native Americans were just here.
They was like, but they were too weak. I'm like,
well, then the Native Americans started enslaving the black people.
Well, that goes back.
No, that goes back to the fact that
I'm talking about here during slavery,
right,
during the era
but that's
of slavery.
part of capital. That's part of the evil of capitalism. Because if you tell a nigga, I'll pay $5 for every nigga you catch, niggas gonna be catching niggas because $5 back then could pay your way and then something.
How the fuck can you sell your people out for $5?
Because the Coons been doing that for forever. Look at Clarence Thomas.
Niggas sell niggas out to this day. $10,000 for Rico.
Rico, right now, motherfuckers love being in positions where they can fuck up other niggas. I'll tell you that for sure.
That's because they're coons.
One's for sure, one for certain.
And a whole bunch of coons, though. Because we don't call them all out.
Getting back to the main article, which was about women being happier.
Yeah,
so
hold on, let me go
down a whole rabbit hole.
The truth of the matter, the reason I let you guys have that whole discussion is because the author, Paul Dolan, came out and was like, y'all have misinterpreted what I've been saying. And so that's the part that no one really talked about. And that's what the guy who was going into the supposing for the main chick who was getting all the likes and retweets, he was like trying to have that conversation, but nobody wanted to go through it because people love to jump to a headline, but they don't want to read all the shit underneath.
I think I just read the article really quickly. Is this the article where
oh my God, you read the article and not just the headline?
I read the article. Listen, is this the article where they say that married people say that they're happy within earshot of their spouse, and then when their spouse is not in earshot, they admit that they're more miserable? Is that the same?
Correct.
Okay.
So that's the part that people kept fucking over, is the fact that married people do say that they are happy when they're in earshot of their spouse. But they let you know that, marriage isn't perfect, which is true. Like, having a long-term committed relationship with anyone is hard work. Shit. Anyone who makes it past 2 years, that takes dedication. Fucking around with someone for 5 years can take a long time.
Months, that takes dedication.
Niggas be changing like the seasons.
I think that truly you can't, like Will Smith said it best, I'm not responsible for your happiness. I can add to your happiness, but I'm not here to make you happy.
But let me find the flaw in that. Yeah, you may not be responsible for my unhappiness, but you can aid for my happiness, but you can aid in me being unhappy.
You're right. You
in some regard, you are responsible for my happiness.
Well, no, you're responsible for keeping a nurturing environment for me, and not just being like happiness. What you want, what you doing,
a nurturing environment.
It depends on what you're talking about, because I find women like I'm not even gonna speak on their name, but I knew a guy. He was
that's a messy way to start.
It don't even fucking matter.
That's a mess.
They're
this is how we gotta do it. They're putting out names.
Right? They were Hispanic, right? And the dude, she was down ass bitch. The nigga tried to rob an armored truck, right? She stayed with him. He got out, right, of jail. She stayed with him.
Did he leave some money behind?
He didn't. He
didn't leave nothing. He got caught.
He got caught. So he went to jail for 3 years. She was down ass bitch. She moved down here first. Then he got out. He moved down here with her. He couldn't get a job because he was an ex-felon, right? First, nigga got him a job making $9 an hour.
Ooh.
They live in a $1,200 house.
Ooh. So she was paying all the bills.
All right, cool, right? So within 3 years, this nigga went from the maintenance man of an apartment complex to the main guy of the apartment complex, making $100,000. And guess what she did?
What's the moral of the story?
She left him.
She left him
for
a younger dude with more money, and like he was like a drug dealer. The young dude she was messing with, like a drug dealer, giving her money, buying her purses. But this nigga moved them into a $280,000 house.
Nice.
She had
Is this a true story?
I swear
it's
to
a
God.
true story.
She had 3 kids by another dude. 2 kids with him, and she was still never happy.
Okay, so she was looking for instant gratification.
Yeah, but
that's what women like, though.
That's what.
No.
That's what some women like.
No.
That is what girls like.
I know plenty of women who love a
come up story.
No.
What?
They love a
distinguished gentleman.
No, they love a project. They like to. Some women love to build men up.
Chick.
No. Meaning they like to take a man and build him up. There are plenty of women who enjoy doing that.
Yeah, but that's
true.
But then they're disappointed when it never happens.
But that's
they build him up and he goes once he's built to where he needs to be, he's with someone else.
That's girl material.
But that's what women are supposed to do. I mean,
a woman is supposed to build you up.
No.
You know what? Hold on. Here's my thing with men.
But that's what Obama did. But that's what Obama's.
Let me tell you something.
That's Obama's story. Is that a woman helped build him up to that?
Let me tell you something.
Where he is.
Okay, Obama is an anomaly.
No, he's not an anomaly.
No, he's not.
Oh, behind every strong man is an equally capable woman.
I'll believe
because 2 people who reach heights, generally speaking, reach it together. It's not an accident that Obama became president, because him and his wife, Michelle, I keep calling her his wife, Michelle and Barack have been making moves in tandem together for forever. They are equals. They are well yoked. But the problem is most people don't want a well yoked relationship, because that means that you're going to have struggles, you're going to have strife, and it's not going to be easy. And unfortunately, that's the only way that you get things that are nice. Unless you just want, instant gratification, El Chapo's uncle or a cousin who got, locked up. But I'll tell y'all more about that story all pop.
Like those women who made it with the man with the come up, right? Who built himself up, right? Did any of them make it?
Most of the women I've known who have been the backbone to a man and built him up from